Indian and Indian active. Last 140 days. It's more that we either like which speaker Indian yoga many it's 9 minutes, including one after including ऐसे मतलब इंग्लैंड टेस्ट है और मतलब ताकि अभी में कुछ अटैक हुआ तो कैसा करना लाइट्स और बंद कर देंगे अभी ये बंद कर देना कल फिलहाल तो कल बारिश है तो बारिश है अरे जब पड़ेगा तो ये होना चेक करें नहीं इसमें मोबाइल करना ही है कि पता है एक्चुअली मुझे बहुत बात है पता मतलब 3 दिन लगेंगे यहाँ से मोबाइल आते तो वो भी बेस्ट में ये भी बेस्ट नहीं है ना तो आसान है मोबाइल में गवर्नमेंट लिए चैनल जब सिस्टम चीज़ ज़्यादा कम होगा तो हो जाएगा जब तो आपका एक्चुअली तो आएगा अभी तो काफी नॉलेज चल रहा है अभी सब नहीं कर सकते अभी सब ना एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन स्ट्रांग होते हैं एक तो स्ट्रांग पर तो चला टाइम हो गया इससे पहले ना होता आंसर तब भी तब सिर्फ पार्लियामेंट का ना होगा और पार्लियामेंट में हमने कैसे किया कुछ सिक्योरिटी कुछ नहीं जाने ही नहीं अगर चाइना की बात करें चाइना रेट क्या हो जाए चाइना के हाल है इसलिए पता है तो चाइना एक्चुअली वो सब क्यों पता है टेक्नोलॉजी का नहीं टेक्नोलॉजी का वो नहीं जो पता है दुनिया में जो मार्शल आर्ट को सीखते हैं वो इंडिया से ही है इंडिया में हम लोग का गवर्नमेंट में वो भी पता है इंडिया से चाइना गया और उसको माना कैसे जहर दे उधर उसका अस्तित्व गाड़ा है और सोचो वो उसको भगवान मानता है ऐसे नहीं कि सिर्फ चाइना हमसे कुछ नहीं करती
When is your vacation starting? Awesome.
10 school dinner 10
10th is Saturday. That means till Friday you have school. Tomorrow you have class over here?
Yes.
Every day you have?
Yes.
Every day for 4 hours. Every day for 4 hours.
7 or 6.
7 hours. So after this you have another class?
Yes.
So what time will it start?
4:30.
So here the classes till 4:15 and then from 4:30 you will have their next class.
Yes, 6 o'clock.
That is why it started from 12:45.
Yes. The school lab. Nothing is happening in school. That's why the whole day playing cricket in class. अरे लास्ट में जाके कुछ मतलब नहीं तो टाइम पास होता है ना एक्चुअली today the mock
Yeah.
Actually there should be a mock drill because there's next बोलने का mock drill खत्म नहीं होने वाला ये सब करके घूम जाना इधर मेन करते हैं क्योंकि ये पोस्ट के बहुत पास है ना पोस्ट का फर्क पड़ता है अरे वही ज्यादा फर्क पड़ता है तुम तो इंडिया घर चले इधर ही आएंगे आना है और मिसाइल वही टारगेटिंग तो मालूम नहीं है इसको सपोर्ट तो पता अगर हम एक पहले बस हम बस आगे स्टैक पाकिस्तान राइट उनके पास कुछ नहीं है स्पोर्ट्स ही स्पोर्ट्स वो कितना चाहिए बड़े बड़े कंपनियों को पैसा भी लोग पैसे लेके हम लोगों ने काम करके भी दिए पाकिस्तान ना पाकिस्तान इंडिया का कुछ जगह को फोटो दिखाते हैं उसको लग रहा है अमेरिका है कोई मानते ही नहीं थे ये बात पता है इनको लोग कुछ आगे नहीं हम पहले थे ना उन्हीं से संदर्भ देता हम तो ऐसे देख के रखते हैं और अगर रूल ऑफ का ये पूरा पाकिस्तान रिलेटेड है वहाँ पे सेल कौन चल रहा था और पाकिस्तान में ना वीडियो प्रोग्राम में बाइक चला कुछ चला नहीं पाकिस्तान में ना लोग भी गरीबी से इफ मिलिट्री यूज उधर के लोग को रीड कर सकते हैं उधर के मिलिट्री को बोल रहे हैं जब देखे तब वो क्या करेंगे पर ये बंदूक का चाइना है ये चाइना पाकिस्तान को निकाली तो सोच चाइना ने अपनी पीक और जो डैम बनाया ना तो सोच उसने अर्थ का रोटेशन ही ना स्लो कर दिया है मतलब ये ना 0.06 माइक्रो सेकंड से जल्दी जा रहा है चाइना ना कैसे पता है दुनिया को अगर खत्म हो रहा है ना चाइना का एक मेन उससे भी ज्यादा महीना दे देना कंट्री है तो उसमें 30 दे ये मालूम है ये दुनिया का खत्म कलर कैसे होता है दुनिया का एक दो बहुत सारे लोग कर सकते हैं एक प्लीज यूरेनियम यूरेनियम हाँ पता है तो ये होता है 70% यूरेनियम पाकिस्तान के पास और पर जो बात है वो 30 जो इस बार अच्छा कोई इस पर नहीं और ये यूरेनियम सिटी जनरेट करने के लिए यूज करते हैं रशिया अमेरिका से कहाँ पावर है आई में तो बेटा उधर तो नया है तो 2-3 दिन तक पहले बैठा और चेक करना हाँ एक्चुअली कर लिया कल आगे बेटा हाँ 10 था ना नहीं था कैसा ऑनलाइन था अरे बट ऑनलाइन तो था अब तो बात किससे कर रहा था किससे भी नहीं सर से बात कर रहा था बस ब्रेक में किससे से भी नहीं ब्रेक में भी नहीं था वो ब्रेक उसके बाद ब्रेक में जब आए यूज करता है अलग ही मार्जिन है पता नहीं आ जाएगा चला जाएगा नहीं बेटा बारिश मतलब सोच गर्मी के मौसम में बारिश या ये दिखती का स्कूल में चलो वीडियो काट दे या तो फिर अभी कॉलेज में आपने बोला था सैटरडे का ब्लैक आउट हुआ नहीं ना कि तुम बारिश हुई अरे ऐसी क्लास में तो क्या वो तो पता है स्कूल के लास्ट दिन में ना कुछ भी कैंपस से होता है मैं तो कल परसों जाऊंगा वो परसों का प्रैक्टिकल है तो मेरे को केमिकल रिएक्शन करने मिल जाएगा आप दे भर के कर रहा है वैसे एक बात मैंने बताया स्कूल में सब ना टाइम पास होती है मतलब नहीं रे लास्ट दिन में मतलब लास्ट दिन तो पूरा सोच मैं ना अपने एग्जाम से मैं एक हफ्ते पहले ना सिर्फ मंडे और ट्यूसडे स्कूल गया ताकि वेडनेसडे थर्सडे फ्राइडे नहीं तो वेडनेसडे थर्सडे फ्राइडे तो हमारे एग्जाम होता गए नहीं हाँ मैं भी नहीं आ रहा तो महीना पहले ही जा रहा पड़ता है फर्क नहीं पड़ता है घर में बैठ के पढ़ाई करते हाँ यार कभी कभी ब्रेक मिलता है ना इतना अच्छा लगता है पढ़ाई करने में इस टाइम पे होता है कल पता है हमारा ये भी खत्म होने वाला है एक्सपोनेंस बोल रहा हूँ कंपाउंड इंटरेस्ट इतना कंपाउंड क्यों चालू किया हाँ तो कभी होना है 3 साल हम बचे हमने तो किया था ना वो तो आधा किया था ना और ना हमने तो किया ये विदाउट फॉर्मूला नहीं विद फॉर्मूला है हमने तो वो किया था ना करने क्या चलो मैंने विद फॉर्मूला वाला नहीं हमने तो किया था तो इस बोर्ड का विदाउट फॉर्मूला तो समझ नहीं रहा पीडीआर वाला है ना पीडीआर है अगर हिंदी करके वैसा वाला इतना भी मुझे वो रिकॉर्डेड है बॉडी लेक्चर जल्दी नहीं आते यार हमारा तो हर 2-2 मिनट में 200 खत्म हो जाते हैं मॉनिटर ऑब्वियस सर कुछ करेंगे घर ही बैठे बस मसल कर जाने सब कर जाने सब कर
अच्छा what about that boy there was another one in ICSE
that's no
There was another boy.
Shakta.
Right? Shantan.
Shakta. अरे
But his name is not there.
वो उधर नहीं है उधर आपका
I know, but in online also his name is not available.
no.
So you have so much to study, no? But then in school you were telling that there was not much of studies going on, so you must have played and come. Feel fresh. Today there was mock drill also, but I don't know the exact time.
Mock drill. Yes, but I think it's blackout होने वाले हैं. And yesterday I went to Thane and then there were big trucks, containers. And there were, and it was like green, like army, the dress. And then like 2-3 army men were also there with guns and all. And due to which there was a traffic. Actually, it's like there's a terrorist attack. But maybe no, I'm actually for
I know they are creating that situation that in case there is such a thing, then how can you respond to that? So what what is a siren?
Yes,
Siren is
and then they told that
like this, the one sound and they siren these are used by the army.
and then they told
When they get to know the danger of being attacked by the foreign country.
One of the strongest military in the whole world.
The very fundamental base, and also they are being supported by Turkey. And
China.
China is there from Turkey. China will not directly do anything. From Turkey, they have already received some tanks, have already arrived in Pakistan.
And the other
They were
US.
by yesterday.
And the other US.
They have denied it, but it is identified.
It's very important to have a mock drill in Mumbai. And because
Mumbai is vulnerable. Because we have seen how the terrorists can come from Pakistan.
and actually Mumbai and Karachi, like if you go by boat, it will take 3 days. Like it's near. Then they'll attack on Mumbai because Mumbai is the heart of Mumbai. Like financial capital. Share market.
Financial capital.
Share market.
Not the heart, but the financial capital.
Share market.
The heart of India is Madhya Pradesh.
26 माली की बिल्डिंग है ना बॉम्बे में पूरा इंडिया को कंट्रोल करती है शेयर मार्केट. Actually, during those older times, the administration of India was not good. Like terror attacks were very like usual thing.
Nowadays it is reduced, but again.
I mean, 2002, I think in Gujarat.
Sure, I think it's already time. We'll start.
And there was a temple. हम 4 लोग पूरा कश्मीर ही डाल दिया. But POK is now under. Ma'am, actually India did an airstrike. Ma'am, 9 units of Pakistan, including Lashkar-e-Taiba, are destroyed.
9 units destroyed.
Yes, ma'am.
They are saying but Pakistan is saying that it has also attacked the military, but which is not correct. And they are claiming that there are no terrorist bases in Pakistan.
Yes.
But there are, we know that.
US में अभी थोड़े टाइम पहले हुआ है.
Yes. Even Osama was also hidden there.
Actually, you know what? The people of the US, they knew that there was one attack like 9/11 because man, if you see like actually when there was one show called Simpsons in which like they had shown one scene where there was one poster and there were like destruction everywhere. It was showing coming soon. So I'm like and like there were 2-3 shows which showed the same thing. So I'm like the people of US were sure that there's an attack going to happen.
Okay, now let us begin. Now take out. Now what you will do, you will listen to the recording of I remember. Okay, now we will not revise that. We will do it later. Now we will start off with because Daksha is also not joined and he was not there for when we were doing this poll. So when Daksha joins, last 10 minutes we can revise.
Recording.
Okay. Now take out Julius Caesar and also the volume, the Julius Caesar textbook as well as the volume. We will have to start today at the same time. which is not there in your syllabus, but we will start off. Let us see 4-5 pages we will take up, and then in the next class we will come.
I mean, after we told that the whole Julius signal, half and half will be 10. Now we come to next.
Okay, take out. Yes, that's it. So take out. Now we will start with Julius Caesar. We will do a bit of revision and through the with the help of the volume 2 book, and then volume 2 is it? Which volume is it?
Volume 1 and 2.
You only Shakespeare. I mean Julius Caesar is there in volume 2. Okay.
Volume 2 that is
Should I break?
The textbook. Take out the textbook and also volume 2.
volume 2 is all literature and volume 1 is
Or
language.
volume 2 or volume 1?
Volume 2. Volume
One second.
Volume 2. Now, take out this part.
Scene 2, scene 1, act 1, scene 2. Act 2, scene 2.
No, Act 1, Scene 1, 2, 3 is done. But quick revision through volume 2. Okay, textbook. Now, before we go on to that, there is one thing that day you had asked me the meaning of ghastly. Right? Who had asked me? So, someone who looks ill. Someone who looks ill.
Mental.
ये लक्ष्य online. That's my online.
Ma'am, Aya.
Okay. So before we move on to the revision with the help of volume 2, before that, take out this particular part.
Act 1, scene 1, itu saja.
In Act 1, Scene 3,
Itu saja.
it's okay. That's also summary. Act 1, Scene 3, come to Cassius's dialogue, line number 92 in my book. Because I have to tell something here. Okay, that's from the textbook. Take out your textbook. Act 1, Scene 3. This dialogue, we will just go through it once again. Cassius's dialogue, Act 1, Scene 3, line number 92 in my book, line number 92, which starts with, I know where I will wear this dagger then.
Yes, ma'am, got it.
You got it?
Yes, ma'am.
All of
Yes,
you
sir.
got? You got it, Azam?
Ma'am, in a textbook it is dialogue number 90.
Dialogue number 89.
Ajay, in your textbook, it is dialogue number 89, the line number 89. Okay. Now here, I know where I will wear this dagger then. Now, before this, Casca says that he will be crowned as the king. During the time, Caesar as the king. During the time, Cassius says that if Caesar becomes the king, then I know where to wear the dagger. Right? Now here, the references to killing himself. Okay, not Caesar now. Killing of Caesar comes later. Okay, now here he says, when Casca says that he will be crowned as the king, during the time, Cassius says that if he is crowned as the king, then I know where to wear the dagger. That means then I will kill myself and free myself. So here in the next line it says that Cassius from bondage will deliver Cassius. That means Cassius, that is me, I will free myself. So Cassius will free Cassius himself from the bondage or the slavery under Caesar by killing himself. Okay, got it? So the references to the suicide by killing himself. Am I clear? Okay, here it is not talking about killing Caesar. Here he is talking about killing himself with the dagger. Okay, got it? Okay, fine. Got this? Fine. Now let us, now we will go through volume number 2. Now what all are given in volume number 2, then we will come back to Act 2, Scene 1. Now let us quickly revise because the test will be on this, whatever test series you have. Most probably next Sunday you will get this. Okay, now let us see. So what do you,
Ma'am, what is the page number in English volume 2?
volume to page
Three.
number 10?
Three,
What?
three,
3, page number 3.
and four.
4. Sorry, not 4, 3, it is 4. 3 or 4.
So my white
Got
one
it.
and both.
Okay, give.
Both. And after one three is annual.
No, let us come to page number 1. Okay. Now, in page number 1, we get to see the list of the characters. Right? Now,
Yes, ma'am.
let's come to the character analysis of Julius Caesar. The character analysis of Julius Caesar as we get to see so far. Now,
And where is it?
page number 1, see, page number 1, you come down, page number 1 towards the end.
Okay, yes, ma'am, got it.
Got it? Okay. Now tell me, what is written over here?
What
The
That you
meaning of characterization.
No, you don't have to read it loudly. You read it on your own, okay? And quickly tell me what are the main points which are discussed over here.
I'm that powerful and ambitious.
He was very ambitious, right? Caesar was very
He was,
powerful.
yeah,
He was ambitious according to
humanity.
according to what we get to know from the dialogues of Cassius and Casca, Cinna, right? So from all their dialogue, we get to see that Julius Caesar was ambitious,
You could
right?
analyze
Ma'am,
it.
brilliant political leader.
Sorry?
Brilliant military and political leader.
Yes, correct. He was a brilliant military and political leader. Definitely. That was the reason.
And
That
was the dictator of the Roman Empire for the 4th time.
Yes, right, right. So because of this, because of his political acumen and also military skills, he rose to the top, right? According to Cassius's dialogue, through Cassius's dialogue, we get to know that though he was weaker than Cassius, but because of his some military skills and some of his political prowess or political acumen, he rose to the top. Right, what else?
Ma'am, his superiority rose in ranks.
Okay, now Ayush is telling that he was a charismatic and confident ruler. Absolutely right. He was an extremely confident ruler. He had a lot of confidence in himself, and that is why he rose to the top. Yes, Azam.
Analyze the other people's characters.
He could analyze other people's characters. Can you tell me an example where we find that he was able to analyze other people's characters?
About Cassius.
Yes.
He's dull-minded and he is very sharp. Even
Absolutely.
he's dangerous as he's a very quiet man.
Absolutely. So he judges Cassius right. So he says that you should be, it is not that he is scared of Cassius, but you should maintain a distance, and he knows what danger,
What he said.
yes, what danger he can inflict on a person, because he is too quiet. He is very quiet, and quiet people can be more dangerous. So he was quite observant. He was very sharp minded. He could read the characters of people. Right? Ajay, anything else?
Ma'am, his superiority rose in ranks.
Yes, absolutely. He was overconfident also, you can say. He was very brave. He was not scared of anything and anybody. He repeatedly says that again and again through his dialogues. Right? Yes, absolutely. Anything else written over here?
He was a great senator.
He was a great senator. Yes.
Ma'am, courageous and benevolent ruler.
Yeah, courageous. We already discussed this. He had a lot of courage. He was not scared of anything or anybody.
Ma'am, he never committed curse of barrenness.
Yeah, benevolent ruler, we cannot say that till now. But yes, the people did love him, because when we see in the procession, we did see that the people were actually cheering for Caesar. And
Yeah.
Ma'am, he was arrogant.
Sorry?
He was arrogant.
He was arrogant. Yes, we can also call him arrogant, but you need to give examples. Yes,
He had the characteristic of being a good ruler, but denied of being.
Yes, so he refused the crown thrice, though he refused more vehemently first and then gradually.
Ma'am, he suffered from a disease called as epilepsy.
So he suffered from a disease called epilepsy.
From 1 year.
he was deaf in 1 year, right? Physical.
He had a very complex
He lived
character.
in Pride and Vanity.
But from reading his character,
Yes. Okay. Good.
he had a very complex
Ma'am,
character.
he lived in Pride and Vanity.
Sorry. What does?
He lived in Pride and Vanity.
He lived in pride and vanity. Now, what is the meaning of vanity? Can you tell me? False pride. He had a lot of vanity. He had pride, but we can call it a false pride also. But that comes later.
He's a great Roman gentleman.
That is over. Okay. So,
Ma'am, he was very harsh.
right. So over here, we also get to see that power corrupts man, and the same thing happens with Caesar. He suffers from a disease of pride and vanity. He is portrayed as an arrogant man who claims himself to be more dangerous than danger even. Okay, so these all are there. So this is actually character analysis. You know, after we read the entire story, we can this particular thing. He is a danger than danger itself. Danger. He is more dangerous than danger itself. It is there in Act 3, actually. Okay, so we have not gone through that part yet. Now, whatever we have understood about Marcus Brutus, let us discuss about that. There are two Brutuses. One is Marcus Brutus, another one is Decius Brutus, right? So, the main Brutus is Marcus Brutus. Now, what do we get to know about Marcus Brutus till the time we have studied so far?
He was a senator.
He was a senator,
He
right?
was a very important man.
He was a very important man.
People believed him.
Yes, people believed him a lot, and he was
He was
known
a
for
loyal
his
friend of
loyalty.
Julius Caesar.
Yes, he was very, very loyal to Julius Caesar and is very good, close, a good friend of his, very close to him. He was quite a close friend of him. Okay. But people were people had a lot of trust and faith and belief in Brutus. Brutus cannot, if the same thing as Cassius says, that if they do something, then it is portrayed in a negative way by the people, by the common men. But if the same thing is done by Brutus, then it takes a different, a positive shape. So whatever he does for the good of Rome. And that is the belief and faith that people have. Right? So far. Now today, why I wanted to discuss about it is because it is from here that we are going to take over in Act 2 scene, but it's a very interesting scene actually. Right. Now here we get to see that, here Decius Brutus, Marcus Brutus, here we are able to see that he is in a conflict. Is it straight? He is in a conflict. You remember? Cassius was able to
conflicted with himself.
Yes.
Cassius,
Cassius has already inflicted this, that Julius Caesar is not good for Rome because he will become an atrocious ruler. He will become a tyrannical ruler.
He also trusts Julius Caesar and he also does not trust Julius Caesar.
So he is
having dual thoughts.
Yeah, Brutus is mesmerized by his power and by his charisma, but at the same time, he also is concerned about the good of Rome. And Brutus knows that once men get the power, once you become powerful, they forget the mass and they become a tyrannical ruler because they only see higher, they only want to soar higher and higher, leaving behind what they have gone through. Okay, so from here we are going to start Act 2, Scene 1. So take out your textbook. Now, just a minute. What else is there in your volume 2? Let us go through that first, then we will come to Act 2, Scene 1. Because since your exam first will be on this, and then Bonku Babu's friend is also there. Okay. Now let us see. Now here only a brief description of each act and scene is given. Then there is a solve exercise also that is given, and Extracts are also given, that is also solved. You need to go through this. Now let us take up page number 10. Quickly solve this. Page number 10. That's solve page number 10. Volume 2, page number 10.
Okay, ma'am.
Yes, multiple choice. Page number 10.
The first question, the answer is both A and C.
Is it? Okay, we will discuss. First you do what you can, what you think is the right answer, and we will discuss. The MCQ of Act 1, Scene 1. Then we will take up Act 1, Scene 2, then Act 1, Scene 3. Then we will have a revision through that. Done? Okay. That's done.
Yes, ma'am, done.
MCQ is done. Azam.
6 was only 6.
6, only 6 are there. Okay. What is the first one?
What is the occasion that is citizens of Roma celebrating in Act 1, Scene 1 of Julius Caesar?
Ma'am, the Roman New Year.
You also said that there was the fertility.
Okay, let us see. What is the occasion that the citizens of Rome are
Ma'am,
celebrating?
the Roman New Year.
Because it is an occasion, and the occasion was the fertility. Day of fertility.
No, Caesar's victory over Pompey. Okay, right? So see, the birth of a new prince is not the correct answer. The Roman New Year obviously is not the correct answer. The anniversary of a famous battle is also not the correct. That is the only correct answer. Caesar
Roman New Year. You also said that it was known as the New Year of Rome.
that was called New Year of Rome.
You said fertility
Fertility.
day, na? Fertility day.
No, it's not. But it's not.
Ma'am,
Yes.
ma'am, there was one more festival going along with that, with
Yes.
this on that day, no?
Lupercal, yes. Feast of Lupercal. So,
Yes,
but
ma'am. So,
yes.
it is not mentioned in the option.
There over here. Na? So Feast of Lupercal is it was the occasion of, it was primarily to celebrate the victory of Caesar. At the same time, there was also the festival of Feast of Lupercal.
But
Okay, it was a Feast of Lupercal.
but it was not that occasion over which the
Okay, now the next one. Who are the two high-ranking officials in Act 1?
Flavius and Maximus.
Yes.
Flavius and Maximus.
Flavius and Marullus. So this is easy. What is the reason of Flavius and Marullus' anger and Marullus's anger towards the citizens of
They
Rome?
are celebrating Caesar's victory. But it can't be celebrating conflict.
No.
No.
But they are celebrating Pompey's defeat.
But
No,
No, ma'am, they are celebrating Caesar's victory.
It is written there they are celebrating Caesar's victory. That is
No, they are celebrating Caesar's victory. That is the answer.
Remember those two officials were telling that
No, these two officials then came. They were angry that how come you are celebrating the victory of Caesar who has defeated Pompey? Okay, so they were celebrating Caesar's victory. So that was the reason why they were angry. Okay. Now, what is the main conflict that is portrayed in Act 1, Scene 1 of Julius Caesar?
Caesar and Pompey.
Yes, conflict between Caesar and Pompey. Right. Then the next one, what does Flavius say will happen if Caesar becomes too
He
powerful?
will become a dictator ruler.
He will become a dictator.
Dictate.
Right. Okay.
Very long.
And the other options are all wrong. I mean, very wrong. What do Flavius and Marullus order the citizens to do?
Protest against the government.
Disperse and leave the city.
नहीं ना people नहीं बोला था. हाँ वही protest against the government. Protest against the government बोला था. Because they were yes that is the answer.
What do Flavius and Marullus order the citizens to open the textbook and check?
No, they tell us that only. Ma'am, I remember that they said the citizens to go try and out in the bank of Tiber. And the Tiber was inside the Roman Empire. And how is this disperse and leave the city? How can we leave the Roman city? No, ma'am, they didn't tell them because they told that to
Take out.
no,
No, but still, let us confirm. Because these MCQs are a little, at times it becomes twisted and tricky. There can be two options.
Ma'am, my answer is wrong.
Which one?
Ma'am, my last answer is wrong.
No, the last answer we are just checking. Wait. What do Flavius and Marullus?
Ma'am, they also didn't say to protest against the government. And also they didn't say to leave the city.
No, disperse and leave. No, that will be the answer. Immediately disperse.
Not leave the city.
I know, but that is what I'm going to check. City word is something which is tricky here. Actually, they ordered them to leave the place and disperse.
I think it's
See, yeah, give me.
I think it's Then saying cross up to the table banks and beat your tears into the channels. Till the lower stream to kiss the most.
See, he is a dreamer. Let us leave him pass. No, this is Caesar. Where this
That's
is
page number 24.
Page number.
Now the Flavius I know.
It's no matter. Let no images be hung. I will write this one.
No.
Disrobe the images.
This one, come read this. Now Flavius I know.
Where second citizen, second citizen, second citizen, second citizen.
Flavius I know here.
Flavius dialogue. New, not Pompey, right? That's this one. Go, good countrymen, and for this fault, assemble all the poor men of your sort, draw them to Tiber banks, and beat your tears into channel, till the lowest stream, do kiss the most exalted shores, and then they all leave.
That's it. So it is not protest against the government, not
protest against the government is not the correct answer. So it will only be go means dispersed.
We'll cut the leave
but leave the city is not.
So we'll cut the leave the city.
So you strike out leave the city. Just add so this is the correct option. So actually leave the city. No, it go to Tiber. Tiber is there. I mean Tiber is within. Tiber is
Roman city.
Yes, if you cross Tiber, then
in the border of the Roman city.
Yes, in the border of the Roman city. Okay, so
Ma'am, so what is the answer finally?
Yeah, answer is B. Disperse and leave. Disperse is the correct answer. Leave the city is not exactly the correct answer, but leave the city.
So my answer was correct, no?
Yeah, disperse. Disperse is the right answer. Yes, your answer is correct. You told disperse only, right? Now option B.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Leave the city over here, maybe leave that place and go towards the borders of it. Maybe that is what is meant. Okay.
Because he didn't request the citizens to leave, but just to go out from that place.
Right.
So leave the city guide.
Now see, after this, read the extract here. See, the extract is given. You should know the meanings of all that I live by is with the all. Right? You remember what does it mean? All means? There was a pun in the word all. A-W-L all and A-double-L all.
Can you tell the page number?
All the people, and what is all?
Tool for making.
Tool for making. Yes. Tool for making.
Holes in feather.
Holes and. Who was he? What was his occupation?
I'm the second student.
Ma'am, can you repeat the page number?
Shoes.
Cobbler. He was basically a cobbler. Yes, that's the second one. The reference to the context, the extract-based question. Second question. What is the meaning of this line? There is a pun in the use of the word all. AWL. Did you get it?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Okay, so you need to go through the text in such a way that you should know each and every meaning. So when I'm telling you the meaning, some are already given in your textbook, those which are not given, quickly write them down. Okay, clear? Right? Anything else? Just go through the questions. Anything you have any difficulty in any of the questions? Then let us move on to Act 1, Scene 2, MCQs. Solve this. Now Act 1, Scene 2, MCQ. Solve that.
Solid exercise.
No, not the solved exercise. You would see the unsolved exercises are there. Go through the solved exercises and then you solve the unsolved ones. Got it? What's the page number?
11.
Page number 11. Act 1, Scene 2, MCQs.
Yeah, the link is there.
No, that is a solved one. No? Unsolved will be there. Wait, give me. Give me the book.
Told to go through the.
Go through. Go through the solved exercises and then start unsolved exercises. Go through the solved ones, go through the question answers. It will be a revision for you.
Test and evaluate. Which one?
Evaluate one is the unsolved one. First you go through, Azam, go through the solved ones. Azam, go through the solved ones. We are doing some revision. Because you have your exam, right? Not only here, but the school also.
Ma'am, first year we have exam only on Julius Act or
And also Bombo.
Ma'am, is every information in the volume same from a textbook or some is written extra?
No, it's the same thing, only in one short paragraph the scene is described. But what is important are the question answers. There are some solved question answers based on the question papers, you know.
And because in the MCQ one, which we have to solve our own, I did the first one, but the second one is not actually given in a textbook. Means if I don't remember, if I remember, so I know that it is not from a textbook.
Which one? The second one?
Ma'am, page number 18, Act 1, Scene 2, MCQ on our own.
Okay, page number 18. Why did you go to page number 18 now? Go through the solved one first.
Ma'am,
Then,
I went through those questions.
okay, page number 18. Which question are you talking about?
Second one.
What legendary incident connected with anus is referred to? No, it is very much given.
It is escape from Troy.
Yes, anus is escape from Troy. It is mentioned there.
Ma'am, Aeneas means what is Aeneas?
Aeneas is the third daughter of Athena.
We go through that.
Is
Take
he the ancestor of Caesar?
out Act 1, Scene 2. Act 1, Scene 2. Take out.
Aeneas was the daughter of
Yes, ma'am.
who escaped from the battle of Troy.
All these, references are very, very important. Aeneas, I gave you this note also. The founder of Rome. An
Yes,
ancestor.
ma'am, I got it. The founder of Rome and ancestor of Caesar.
Yes, the founder of Rome, an ancestor of all the Romans. He carried his father, Anchises, to safety on his back
And
from
sailed
the
out of
burning
Troy.
city of Troy.
And sailed out of Troy.
Yes. These are very, very important, the references. Did you write this down when I had given you? You have written this down? This one. This anus's reference. Act 1, Scene 2. I had given you. I asked you to write in the textbook itself.
अभी लिखिए
Now you write down. All these references are extremely important. Did you find it? This is done. Okay, you start. Do it.
I'm done.
And the reference was used also.
Ma'am, can I tell the first answer?
See, the reference to anus and the reference to Zeus, both are very, very important. I hope you had written them down when I was teaching you this. Did you write this down?
Yes, ma'am.
See, Anus is the eventual founder of Rome and ancestor of all the Romans.
Or
Yes.
was
He had carried his father on his back. So, when Cassius was telling that how he had saved Julius Caesar when he was about to drown, right? And Zeus is created, and Zeus is the one who created the flood in order to wipe out the human race because he was disgusted with the savagery of the people.
He's trying
the yeah. So similarly, Brutus is also expected to do the same thing in Rome now. Okay. Okay, that's just wait a minute. Are you still doing it? Last
And
10 minutes,
I
remember revision. You were not there.
Third one, ma'am. What does Cassius accuse Brutus of Act 1 in Activism? The answer is being too loyal to Caesar, correct?
Caesar, no Caesar.
Yes.
Let me see by looking at the other options.
What?
Give me better. So what is Cassius is motivating Brutus? Which one? Which question?
Third one.
What does Cassius accuse Brutus in Act 1, Scene 2? Yes, this is correct. Or being too emotional.
No, not being too emotional.
What is Caesar's reaction to the scene? Yes.
If he's being too emotional, then he would have cried. I'm doing the yeah.
Just a minute, I'm going to change this out.
Yes. I think it's on later. And during the Act 3, I heard the speech of read the speech of Brutus. If he was emotional here, then how could he given that speech? And I read that he was very confident of his audience. So what is the meaning of grudge?
Grudge, when you hold, when you have some issues with somebody,
Grudge.
right, and you want to take revenge. accuses him of not understanding his true worth.
Or being coward.
Coward, so definitely not. He was not at all a coward. But he was not able to realize his own worth. That would be the correct answer. That is what he was accusing Brutus of. But is that option there?
But no. But it also means that being too loyal to Caesar.
No, that is there. Loyalty was there. But he was accusing him more of the fact that
Yes, he was not able to analyze himself. Because of the loyalty of his Caesar, he was not able to analyze himself. So that is why he was.
Yes, absolutely. He was too loyal. Done? But that's
Huh?
huh?
Yeah, we use the neither by I remember.
Done, Ayush?
Yes, sir. Yeah. Read the same. Read the
Done. Okay. First one.
First of B.
What is the answer?
He is jealous of
Anyone
Caesar
give me?
power.
Now you give me your good.
He is jealous of Caesar's power.
Okay, so what is Cassius's motive in convincing Brutus to join the conspiracy? So, what is Cassius's motive? So, basically, he is jealous of Caesar's powers and wants to take revenge.
But there is no other option. Right?
Actually, he also, when we get to see the, when we get to read the dialogues, he specifies always that he wants to protect the Roman Republic.
And he uses
but the main motive was not that. He actually wanted power. And what legendary incident connected with Aeneas is referred to in Act 1, Scene 2, Escape from Troy.
Escape from
Right. Yes. So, what does Cassius accuse Brutus of in Act 1, Scene 2? Being too loyal to Caesar. What is Caesar's reaction to the soothsayer's warning?
He ignores it completely.
Ignores it completely. And what personal physical weakness is revealed? He is deaf in 1 year. And why does Brutus not go along with Caesar to the games? Because he's not interested in games, right? And he is not as interested as Antony is, right? So he talks about that.
And
now,
see,
over here you see that for the references to the context, you will have to write the explanation. Therefore, every line you should be able to explain in your own words. For example, give the meaning and explanation of the second one, Cassius's dialogue. But for my single self, I had as life not be as life to be in awe of such a thing as I myself. What does it mean? Go through it and tell me in your own words orally. Number 2, Act 1, Scene 2 only.
Act 1, Scene 2.
Now let us, before this, Ayush, 1 minute. Before this, let us check number 1. See, Cassius and Brutus's dialogue exchange, where Brutus says that, no, Cassius, for the eye sees not itself, but by reflection, by some other things. What does he want to say over here? Which reflection is he talking about? Explain the meaning.
First one.
Act 1, Scene 2, Brutus and Cassius's dialogue. See, go through. The first one is the meaning and explanation.
Which one?
Where did he say that?
Like he's saying that a man cannot see
himself unless he's reflected from the
From the
Like,
mirror, or
yeah.
he is, he can only see his own reflection. He cannot see himself.
I know that virtue to be.
Because he says, right, because
I know.
Cassius, Cassius asked Brutus to see himself. Are you able to see himself? He questions
And
himself.
for the reason I know that virtue to be unique, I know the quality you have. Brutus as well as I do know your outward favor. He also knows that the favor that they are asking from Brutus, and he already has it in his mind. And when honor is the subject of my story means I want to talk to you about your honor.
Right.
Then I cannot tell what you and other men think of this life. I mean I cannot tell what other men think of this life, how good it is and how bad it is. But for my single self, I had a life not to be as life to be. Means for myself, I had a life which was not to be like the way I wanted.
Right.
And I also
So I will
succeeded
not
myself.
like the way like to be the way I like to see myself.
And awe of such in awe of such a thing as myself, means in aware of thing as myself.
Okay. Now let us, it's okay. Now go to Act 1, Scene 3, MCQ. Act 1, Scene 3, MCQ. Are you getting time to study at home?
I'm just read the story content.
You will have to study Shakespeare's Julius Caesar is the most difficult one. So most difficult one in the sense you have to know the meaning of each and every line.
Do we have to?
Yes, it's better if you can.
No,
You know who says for what reason is it
do
being
we have
told?
to memorize it like in the simplified version or it's
Yes, if you memorize it in the simplified version. At the same time, you should know what is the main line of the simplified version. The exact meanings are important. For example, the puns are very important.
actually in our syllabus we have key money.
I know that. So you memorize scene 1 and 2.
आधा serious season में देगा आधा दिन.
But it will be till act 3 only. You see? For 10 standard, act 4 and 5 will be there. And then do it fast. Let's not waste time. We have to start off with act 2 scene 1. In this summer vacation, we will complete as much as possible. We will complete act 2. Then we will be left with only one act. Don't go with the pace of school. We should be ahead of school, right? Because our ultimate goal is board exam. At home, go through the questions which are already given here.
I did not got one answer.
I did not.
Did not got.
I did not get.
Yeah.
After did, you should always use the present form of the verb. No,
What?
the first one is wrong. It is option D. Who is the first person to approach Brutus in Act 1, Scene 3? See the questions. See the question. You should have the entire story, the entire sequence and line up. Whose dialogue after whose dialogue, who comes first, who comes next. You have to memorize almost.
It Brutus now.
Who is the first person to approach Brutus in Act 1, Scene 3?
Where is Brutus? And there is no Brutus in Act 1, Scene 3. There literally no Brutus. There is no Brutus in Act 1, Scene 3. There is only Cicero, Casca, Decius, Brutus.
Why this question? Yeah, actually, there is no Brutus.
There is Decius, Brutus. And Brutus is directly in the Act 2.
There is only Cassius, Casca,
Act 2 में एक कौन सा वाला question था?
and then Cinna, isn't it?
Number 30.
Only the conspirators are there in Act 1, Scene 3. So who is the first person to approach? Then shall we make it Act 1, Scene 2 then?
Act 1, Scene 2 में
Who is the first person to approach Brutus?
Cassius होगा.
Cassius should be. In Act 1, Scene 2,
There is the and Caesar. And Caesar. Caesar says Caesar
Caesar is not there in the.
and Act 1, Scene 2 is Caesar is there.
No, Caesar is not there in the 4 options.
If not Caesar, then Casca. Why ma'am? Because he pulled him by his sleeve. Brutus pulls Casca by his sleeve.
Cassius was the order of the course, not I. I prayed with you, I want to do some. I think it will be Cassius. Because Cassius is the one.
No, ma'am.
Casca was dropped later. First Cassius approaches Brutus.
तुम बात नहीं करते.
Cassius and make it Act 1, Scene 2 instead of 3. Okay.
Act 1.
Make it Scene 2 because in Act 1, Scene 3 there is no Brutus.
बात नहीं करते.
Let me see in this Act 1, Scene 3. But they do talk about in Act 1, Scene 3, Cassius says that he has already approached Brutus. Right? So it will be Cassius. Right? Okay, so we'll do that. Yeah, what is the first answer? Are you certain in the first one? Okay, Azam, the first one is option D. Okay, the first question. Corrected. It has to be option D.
No, ma'am. How did option D? Cassius got to protect Rome from Caesar's tyranny. It was just the iron he used for Rome to become a ruler. So how is it?
Yes.
I'm saying what is the main reason?
What is the main reason Cassius wants to convince Brutus to join? What were the points he told Brutus that he should join the conspirators to save Rome? His main motive, what is his intention? Why will he tell that to Brutus? Okay, number D is the correct option. No. Okay, got it. Now the second one is done, Ayush. Second one is A.
Lion.
Did you do the first one? Option B. Okay, now the second one is lion. Yes.
Lion.
Now you be very careful because in Act 3, Scene 1, the reference to serpent and serpent's egg comes. Okay, so you have to be very, very specific. In Act 1, Caesar is compared to a lion. And the others are, the common people are sheep or goats? Sheep. Sheeps, no, sheep.
Sheep.
The plural of sheep is sheep. Sheep or deer? What is
Sheep.
I think it's deer.
Deer.
See, you have not studied. Whatever I'm saying, you are knowing.
Yes, sir, it's deer.
Deer. Okay, not sheep. I asked you sheep or goat, you said sheep. When I said sheep or deer, then you remember deer. Which means you have not studied. Okay. So deer. Right? Okay, fine. Be very careful with these. Okay, done. And then the next one after the lion one.
D.
What's the question?
Why does Cassius say he saved Caesar from drowning? He wanted to show that Caesar is vulnerable.
Yes, to show that Caesar is vulnerable. Vulnerable means weak. Okay,
What
to
does-
show Brutus that Caesar is weak. Right? Okay, then
What does
not
Cassius
Caesar, not Brutus. Actually, these three were discussing among themselves, right? All the conspirators to show that he is weak.
What does Cassius tell Brutus about himself and his talk on fate? ये मेरे को समझना है.
Which
मैंने
one?
B mark किया है.
Which one?
Now what does
No,
he
you are
tell?
right, huh? Which one? So, what does Cassius tell Brutus about himself and his thoughts on fate?
मैंने B लिखा.
Fate and destiny, what did he say? That it is actually
Cassius
up to
believed that-
us. It is actually up to us to control our fate. It is
Like
not the
मैंने
gods who
वही
actually.
mark किया है.
I know. So it is not the gods who actually, define our fate. It is up to us, we humans. We are the ones who should actually take control of our fate. It is our action which will define our fate.
How does Cassius?
Okay, so believes that men shape their own destinies. Option B is the correct option. Then question number 5. How does Cassius plan to manipulate
C
Brutus
लगता है.
into joining the conspiracy?
C या D दोनों में से एक है.
Check. You have done the right one.
Oh.
Check. Do it. Do quickly. The next one.
Like
Have you understood? Then we will start off with Act 3, Scene 1.
Act 2.
Sorry. Act 2.
Actually वो उतना मालूम नहीं. हम 2 Act से कुछ नहीं कह रही थी. अगर Act 3 में बस ब्रूटस और सीधे तो कैसियस को मार देते हैं. बाकी क्या आगे क्या है? क्या है?
A lot of things are evidence that he takes Anthony convinces the crowd, and then they all together they take revenge. They
Just
Brutus
storm
and all the conspirators in the room. All those things are there.
We just stormed their house and killed them, Brutus and Cassius, on the spot.
No, they chase them. A lot of things. They go and hide in some other place. And they take help of some other
But
and they have to.
and in the end he died.
I think Brutus commits suicide. I don't remember. Done? Which one?
And the next one, obviously, is Cassius plan to manipulate.
So Cassius planned to manipulate Brutus for what? By telling what? What did he tell Brutus?
मिरर दिखाता है वो. Cassius बोलता है मिरर दिखाता है. He will be a mirror.
What is he trying to tell him? That to understand his true worth. That he is trying to convince Brutus by telling that he is the rightful heir. Right? He has more. He is more capable than Caesar. That is what he is trying to manipulate. That is how he's trying to manipulate Brutus. And that is why, if you remember, do you remember that Brutus and that Cassius plans to write in different handwritings? and leave it in Brutus's bedroom. So that,
Statue and office.
yes,
Chair.
and an office and also on his chair, right? So that, in different
And on top
handwritings,
statue.
in different handwritings to show that the common people, they want Brutus to do something to stop the autocratic rule of Caesar.
I mean, Brutus understand the whole today.
Okay.
And because he stayed in front of him, everybody celebrating the
Okay. Now let us see Act 2, Scene 1. We will start with Act 2, Scene 1.
Brutus.
Okay.
What will she do? I cannot buy the problem.
Okay, now before we do it, you should also know where does the scene take place. Act 1, Scene 1, Act 1, Scene 2, Act 1, Scene 3. So you should remember where the scene is taking place. Here, Act 2, Scene 1 is taking place in Brutus's orchard. Okay, what is an orchard? Garden. Okay.
Brutus. What is your book? I cannot buy the progress of his march. Give guess how near today is yes. I say, I will read turn my part to sleep so soundly. When Lucius went awake, I say, what Lucius? Enter Lucius. Lucius, call you my Brutus. Get me a table in Master Lucius. When it is lighted, come and call me here. Lucius, I will my lord. Execute.
Okay, just stop here. Now, watch Lucius home. So, Lucius, are you there?
Yes.
Understood? Ayush, got it? I cannot, by the progress of the stars.
Like the star.
Give,
Yes.
moments, yes. Give guess how near today. How near today? How near today means today, underline the word today and write down dawn or daybreak. DAWN, dawn. Please take a sharpened pencil. Otherwise, you write with pen. If you write like this, it will get erased. Yeah, today means daybreak or dawn. DAWN. Dawn or daybreak. That means early in the morning. Dusk is in the evening time. Dawn is early in the morning when Yes, you remember they decided to go to Brutus's house and disturb his sleep. So and convince try to take, it is mentioned, he tells that Cassius tells the 3/4 is already convinced. Now the rest also, the whole of Brutus has to be convinced towards us. So they go to his house. So before that, Brutus is, telling Lucius, right? Lucius, I am not able to understand by the position of the stars whether it is approaching dawn or not. That means there is still night. It is yet to see the morning. Clear? Okay? Okay. I would, it were my fault to sleep so soundly. It means that I would means I wish. Okay, I wish I had the weakness or the fault. Fault means the weakness. Ayush, if you do not remember, quickly write them down as running notes. Quick, okay? So, I wish it were my fault to sleep so soundly means I wish I had the problem or the weakness. Fault over here means weakness. I wish I had the weakness or the fault to sleep soundly. Understood? Okay? Yeah, so
But
soundly.
why says that soundly?
Soundly means, what is the meaning of soundly? Aram say comfortably without waking up. I mean, sound sleep. That means even if you make a noise, I will not be able to get up. Hearing, correct. That is deep sleep. Sound sleep means deep sleep. Okay? When Lucius, when awake, I say, what Lucius? So he says, come on, Lucius, wake up. I say, Lucius, where are you? Come on, get up. Wake up, Lucius. Called you, my lord? Did you call me, my lord? Brutus. Get me a taper in my study, Lucius. What is a taper? Candle. Okay? So get me a candle in my study, Lucius. When it is lighted, come and call me here. So when after it is lit, please come and call me here.
I will, my lord.
Yes, I will, my lord. This is, you have understood? Okay, read Ayush quickly. Brutus.
It must be by 10. And for my part, I know no person caused to burn at him. But
Okay, okay. It must be by his death means Caesar, the old, Caesar must die. Okay. And for my part, I know no personal cause to spurn at him. Spurn means strike. Spurn means strike. Hostile or strike. S-T-R-I-K. Yes, what is written over there?
here it's written K.
Okay, kick or strike him. The same thing, kick or strike him. So, as for my part, that means as far as I am concerned, what does it mean? As far as I am concerned, I have no personal reason to strike him.
To hit him.
To strike whom?
Caesar.
Caesar, right. But for the general, but if I think about the general welfare of the common people, general public, then I think I have a reason to strike him.
तभी वो लेटर नहीं कर रहा, तभी उसको लेटर मिली.
No, he wants to be crowned first. That's the next one. Okay. He would be crowned. So he will be crowned. He wants to be crowned. Yes. How that might change his nature, there is the question. Now he is brooding on the fact that he is nice now. He has no problem. Brutus has no problem with the nature of Caesar as he is now. But he's thinking what will happen after he gets the crown and becomes the king. Will he become a tyrannical leader as suggested by Cassius? So this is what he is brooding. And this part is known as soliloquy. Okay, see, it is written at the beginning. It is a soliloquy. Soliloquy means he is speaking to himself. Okay, so Brutus is speaking to himself. So he is telling that he would be crowned. How that might change his nature, there is a
Being by
question.
the people,
Yes, so
excepted he will be crowned, and how it will change his nature.
how will it change his nature is the question. So will the crown change him as a person is the question. Clear? Understood?
Yes.
Okay, Ayush, continue.
Is it the bride?
It is the bright
It
day
is-
that brings forth the Adam.
It is the bright day that brings forth the Adam, and that craves very walking. Crown him back, and then I grant he put a sting in him, that at his will he may to danger him. The abuse of greatness is when it disjoins the remorse from power and to speak truth or secret. I have not known when his affections were more than his reason, but this common truth that loneliness is young ambition's ladder, where to the climber upward turns his face. But when it once attains the upmost round, he then onto the ladder turns his back.
Okay, stop there because you have to write something. Take out your notebook. I want you to write this down. Notebook. I want you to write down this meaning. Now here he says, it is the bright day that brings forth the Adam. Okay, write somewhere and write in the textbook itself if you have space. See, I have written in the textbook only. If you have space, you write in the textbook itself. Okay, so it is a metaphor. This line, it is a bright day that brings forth the Adam. Got it? Adam means snake. Okay, and this is an example of a metaphor. Okay, what is a comparison? Metaphor means there would be a common quality which is being compared between two different
And
objects.
the bright
So-
snakes are coming out.
Okay, yes. So write down. It is on sunny days that. It is on sunny days that. Please write down. It is on sunny days that one must be careful about.
Snakes.
That one must be careful about stepping on a snake. One must be careful about stepping on a snake. As
About
stepping on a snake. Quick. Stepping on a snake.
and mostly don't come out.
As that is when as that is when they come out into the open to warm themselves.
And that is when they come out.
They come out into the open to warm themselves. Full stop. Likewise or similarly, comma, it is at this time of peace, similarly, comma, it is at this time of peace, following the end of civil war, that the Romans should be careful of Caesar. That the Romans should be careful of Caesar. Okay. So what is the comparison? Just like the snakes come out in a bright day. Okay, when it is a sunny day, we think it's a nice day. Bright day means it's a nice, good day, right? It is not raining. It is not a hazardous day, right? Similarly, during this time also, have you understood the comparison? Similarly, this particular time of peace, just after the civil war, Caesar came victorious and there was an end of civil war. So during this time, when it seems to be peaceful, but it may be followed by something which the people should be careful of. That is, they should be careful of Caesar's powers now. Okay, just like the people should be careful of stepping onto the snake on a bright day. Similarly, the people should also be careful of Caesar's power, misuse of his power. Okay, okay, fine. Quick. Yeah. You have to go to more pages. Shall I ask him to switch on the AC now? Go no, ask him to. The remote is no more. Yes, take it alone. Okay, quick. Right. Now, right. And then at grunt, we put a thing in him that at his will he may do danger with. So this is the entire thing. Okay, the one that you wrote. Are you clear?
Yes,
Okay. The abuse of greatness is when it disjoins remorse from power. Okay, so what is he saying? He's saying that it's again stormy weather. Okay, so the abuse of greatness, that is, we do tend to abuse the power that we get, right? The moment we disjoin or separate the power, separate conscience from power, conscience, conscience. The moment we separate power, conscience from power, Okay, have you understood the meaning? What is conscience?
It's separate for
What is the meaning of conscience?
amazing.
Huh? Sorry?
Is the means the method of controlling power.
No. Conscience means when you have a clear distinction between right and wrong. Yeah?
And consequence.
Consequence by knowing the consequence. For example, I should not do this as a king. I should not be doing this.
Consciousness.
Consciousness, right? Okay, the moral thing that you have in you, that is conscience. The
Lovely.
moral understanding of what is right and what is wrong.
Lovely.
Okay, the moment you become powerful, you tend to separate this from you. You forget your moral responsibilities. What is right, what is wrong.
Start to make wrong decisions.
Okay, so and tend to make wrong decisions. Okay, you become powerful and you start taking advantage of that power. Have you understood, Ayush?
Yes.
Okay, clear?
Be.
The moment you separate conscience from power, the moment you become great when you have power with you, you tend to separate remorse from power. Clear? And to speak the truth, Caesar, I have not known when his affection swayed more than his reason. So write down this meaning. To speak the truth of Caesar, I have not known when his affection swayed means. And yes, to speak the truth about Caesar, I have never seen his emotions
Or reasons.
Emotions getting better of his reasons. Where you have to take running notes. So, to be honest, I have never seen Caesar. To tell the truth, I have never seen Caesar. Never seen Caesar. I have never seen Caesar's emotions getting better of his reasons. That means Caesar's emotions are ruling over the reasons. What does it mean? That
he had a control over his
emotions. Absolutely perfect. So he is more of reason, practical man than his emotions. Right? So his conscience would be separated very easily from his power. Got it? Understood? Yes. So this is what he is scared of.
He has all the quality of being a good ruler.
It's a common proof that loneliness is young ambition's ladder. What does it mean? What is the meaning of loneliness?
Loneliness being alone.
No, it is loneliness, not lonely.
Being humble.
Being humble. Please underline it, write down humility. Being humble, humility. So it is a common proof. That means it's a common experience. We all have experienced this. That being humble or showing humility is young ambition's ladder. That means the young people who are ambitious and want to climb up the ladder, they remain humble in its initial phases.
The young people stay humble when they have to become successful in life and achieve what they want.
So the young people, when they want to, the young people who are ambitious, when they want to achieve more, they stay humble. They show humility. But they become more. Yes, but where is it? Where to the climber upward turns his face, but when he once attains the upmost round, he then unto the ladder turns his back, looks in the clouds, scorning the base degrees. So what is he saying? But the moment he starts climbing the ladder and starts achieving success,
he starts to lose the humility when start to see the lower people of the lower caste to see lower.
Okay, so the moment he starts ascending the ladder, he turns his back to us, right? So now he is climbing up the ladder. I just look here. I am climbing up the ladder. People are down. I don't turn back. I show my back to them. right? So the moment they start climbing up the ladder, they show their back to the people,
Showing their true reality.
to them, and they look in the clouds. They only look up. They are climbing the ladder and they are looking up into the clouds. They don't even look back, and they scorn the base degrees. Underline the word
Lower
base degrees. It
Lower
means the people with lower rank. Okay, so they look down upon the people of lower rank. Why look down upon? Because I am up, they are down, they look down upon those kind of people.
And now this is the example of Cassius, and when Cassius saved, when Cassius is telling about Brutus, that once Caesar was used to work with them, and now he is their ruler.
Right. Okay. By which he did ascend, and he forgets the people who have helped him climbing the ladder.
Humility.
Humility, no. Humble or humility. Okay. Right. So Caesar may then lest he may prevent. So what is he saying? Then, therefore, we must hold Caesar back. Prevent, yes. So prevent him from growing powerful. So he is somehow convinced that Caesar has to be controlled, right? And since the quarrel will bear no color for the thing he is, that means, and since the quarrel means since the accusations, right? Since the argument will bear no color.
As a colorless creature.
No. Will bear no color means no excuse. Okay? For the thing he is. Fashion it does. Fashion means change the form. Okay, I'll stop here.
So it's what it is way. Last two lines, and since the quarrel will bear no color for the thing is.
I have noted it down.
Put it in this way, ma'am.
Okay, let me give you the meanings of each word. Then I will tell you the meaning of this thing. Okay, so it does that what he is augmented would run to these and these extremities. Extremities means extremes of power, tyranny. Okay, and therefore think him as a serpent's egg. Now this is what I was talking about. Here there is a mention of snake and its eggs. Okay, and that part I will come later. Now let us see what is he trying to tell here. Now therefore in this case we must control his power. This you have understood. And since our quarrel is with his future behavior, so he is telling that our concern, our arguments is not about Caesar that he is now. Our concern is about Caesar, what he will become after in future after he gets the crown. Okay, got it? Understood the meaning? So he says that so Caesar may, then lest he may prevent this, we have understood. And since the quarrel will bear no color for the thing he is, that means we are not arguing about his character or change of character, what he is now.
Excuses.
Yeah, what he is now.
But about the future.
But about the future. But fashion means change of form. But the change of his nature, that change in his nature which is about to come in, and he may become a tyranny in future once he gets the crown.
Reported in this way.
Okay, right? Got it? And therefore, think him as a serpent's egg, which hatch would, as his kind, grow mischievous and kill him in the shell. So he's telling that therefore he is to be considered now as serpent's egg. Serpent also means snake. And before this, what did we see? The other word for snake? Adder.
Adder.
Right? Now here it is serpent used. The word serpent is used.
And here
so what do the serpent's egg do? Is serpent's egg harmful?
No.
The egg of a snake, is it harmful to us? No. But
But when it grows, it becomes
Yes.
mischievous and it isn't
just
harmful.
like the other snake, like its own kind, right? So the eggs will grow into snake, and though that snake will in future be harmful. So it is better to kill the egg
Right now.
So, ma'am,
right now.
that fashion, can you just give
Okay, I'll tell you. Since this argument,
And this I understood that fashion from fashion.
fashion is change of form. That is the same thing. No? So these accusations or arguments are about Caesar. Is not about what Caesar is now, but the change of form. Fashion means change of form, of change of nature. That he may show and become a tyrannical ruler after he gets the crown in future. Okay, got it? Now the serpent's thing. This you have understood? Now the serpent's thing. So, just like a serpent's egg is not harmful, but in future can grow into, or in future would grow into a snake,
Till mature.
grow into a harmful and mischievous snake. Similarly, Caesar may also in future become a tyrannical ruler.
And because it will drop his growth from the start.
Yes.
To take
So we need to kill him now so that he does not grow into a tyrannical ruler.
Right.
Got it?
But I don't know.
Perfect. This is what he's saying. Got it? And now Lucius is dialogue. We have time, 5 minutes.
3.
Okay, no problem.
No.
The taper burneth. So now re-enters Lucius, right? The taper burneth in your closet. Closet means study. Study. So searching the window. Okay. Searching the window for the flint. I found this paper. The seal, and I'm sure it did not lie there. And when I went to bed, so just now it came. Gives him the letter.
Yes, he throws it in.
Okay, so now if you remember, they were having a discussion that they will in different handwriting.
Cicero.
Yes, Cicero was supposed to do it. So he has got this paper with the letter. Get you to bed again. It is not day. It's not tomorrow, boy. The Ides of March. Ides of March means 15th of March. So he asked his servant that it's not yet tomorrow. Go back to sleep. Isn't 15th of March tomorrow?
And let us understand the soothsayer's warning.
Lucius is called I know that paper burnet in your closet.
That means the taper means candle.
Yes.
You remember he was asking for the candle.
Yes.
So he's saying that the candle is burning now. So he had asked him to inform him once it is burning. So he has come. So Lucius enters, and till then he was alone, and this is a soliloquy. And this soliloquy is very, very important. Board questions come from here. That is why I made you write. Okay. Now, the taper burned in your closet, searching the window for the flames. Now, when he was searching in the window, he found that there were letters kept, which was not there before. But now he discovered the letters. Okay, he hands over the letters to Brutus, and Brutus asked him to leave because it is not yet tomorrow, the next day, because it was still night.
And go to bed.
Go to bed, and he asked him about the Ides of March. Lucius, I know not, sir. Brutus, look in the calendar and bring me word. That means check in the calendar and inform me. I will, sir. He exits. Now, Brutus, the exhalations whizzing in the air give so much light that I may read by them. So, underline exhalations. What does it mean? The meteors. Okay. It was still lightning. The storm was still going on. So he's saying that there is so much of light in the sky that I do not even read.
Meteors,
Meteors, yes. Meteors So I do not even need the candle to read. There's so much of light, I can read the letter at night also. Clear are you? Okay. Okay, exhalations basically meteors and the storm is still going on. Okay, opens the letter and reads. Now let us see what is written in the letters. Brutus, thou sleepest, awake and see thyself. Shall roam and see means etc. Speak, strike, redress. Brutus, thou sleepest, awake. Such instinct. So this till this much. Okay. What does he read in the letters?
Ma'am, he read that
Are you sleeping? You waking yourself. Wake up. Yes, and see yourself. Very good. Right. What are you doing? Wake up. Right?
Then see, robe and speak, strike, redress. Mean that
Now,
see what is
yes.
happening.
What is happening in Rome? Strike.
Strike.
Fix the wrong things. Strike.
Because now sleepish to be.
Now let's see. I'll quickly do this. Such instigations have been often dropped. So instigations means
In sentiments.
yeah. So these urgings, these calls are often dropped, right? Where I have took them up. Wherever I can find, I'm getting these hints everywhere. Where I have shall roam again he reads shall roam and see, that is Rome, is Rome going to etc etc. Thus must I piece it out. What is the meaning of piece it out?
Fill in the gaps.
Fill in the gaps. Right. Shall Rome stand under one man's awe? That means will Rome be under the control of one man? So what Rome, my ancestors did from the streets of Rome, the Tarquin drive, when he was called the king. Speak, strike, redress. Am I entreated to speak and strike? O Rome, I make thee promise. So what does it mean? Now write down Tarquin. Write down in your notebook.
Ancestor of the.
Is it written over there in your book? Is the reference given? If it is given, then you need it. The Tarquin, this Tarquin one. Then write down. Tarquin was Brutus's famous ancestor. It was Brutus's Tarquin, Tarquin.
Target he space himself as the king, and then Rome was not there.
So it was Brutus's famous ancestor who centuries earlier led a rebellion
Appropriate himself as the king.
and overthrew the tyrant Tarquin king to establish the Roman Republic. Overthrew the tyrant Tarquin king to establish the Roman Republic.
And then he becomes the king
Okay, this much.
and the senator.
So he's just remembering what Tarquin had done. So it is high time now he should also do the same thing. I know.
Man,
Okay, so because I just started with this dialogue. So if the redress will follow, thou receivest thy full petition at the hand of Brutus. So the full petition means demand for justice. Okay, so we all demand for justice and the justice in the hands of Brutus. This is what are written in the letter. Okay, now Lucius. Sir, March is wasted 14 days. Again, Lucius enters, knocking with him. So he's saying yes. So 14 दिन waste हो गया means what does it mean? Yes. So 14 days, that means tomorrow is 15. Brutus, it's good. Go to the gate. Somebody knocks.
Brutus knocks. Brutus see.
No, there is a knock at the door.
Brutus understand the body of the future.
Next class, we continue with this. Write down everything and go through it after you go home.
मैम को डेफिनेशन बाथरूम में लेके आना है तो मैं
Notebook or in the textbook, if you can write in small handwriting, write them down. And go through Act 1 total, in totality. If you think that you need to write certain things, you tell me, we will do it in the next.
पढ़ेगा वो है क्या क्या इंग्लिश बहुत इजी है पढ़ेगा वो